A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
At that time, Jesus said to his disciples, "Truly, truly, I say to you, whatever you ask of the Father in my name, he will give it to you. Until now, you have asked nothing in my name. Ask, and you will receive, that your joy may be full. I have said these things to you in figures of speech. The hour is coming when I will no longer speak to you in figures of speech, but will tell you plainly about the Father. In that day you will ask in my name. And I do not say to you that I will ask the Father on your behalf, for the Father himself loves you, because you have loved me and have believed that I came from God. I came from the Father and have come into the world, and now I am leaving the world and going to the Father." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, in the context of prayer that the Gospel is talking about, ask and you shall receive, I would like to introduce a Zen concept known as Wu Wei. Loosely explained, what it means is an actionless action, an effortless effort. Kind of sounds contradictory, but to give an imagery to capture the essence of this Wu Wei, it is like a leaf floating on the water, the running water. And as the water flows down the river, as the river flows down, the leaf on that water just goes along with that water. There is no resistance within that leaf. It is moving, but it's an effortless move. And that is the Zen concept when they say effortless effort, the Wu Wei. When it comes to prayer, often we have a certain amount of struggle within us, sometimes a resistance, even in matters of faith. We are praying and we are expressing our faith in our prayers, and yet there is that resistance, a residue of doubt, confusion within us. Often our prayers stem from anxiety about ourselves, about our families, about our future, or it stems from fear, fear of the unknown. So we are trying to grapple and hold on to something that we believe will give us a security and safety. Or many times our prayers stem from our guilt for whatever the past actions or for whatever the things that we have done. In all of it, if you analyze, there is no freedom within ourselves. It's always a friction or a struggle or resistance, even in our relationship with God. And that is where this concept is so beautiful. Wu Wei, learn to be free within ourselves. Let God do His things. To place that trust and allow God to take us along like the river, floating on the river. Let God move us in His own directions without a resistance within us. And it is that state of mind that all of us are called to cultivate when it comes to prayer. And in a simple term, we call it faith. We call it trust. But yet, within ourselves, we know there is this resistance even to that faith and trust. And that's why in the Psalms 46, verse 10, it says, "Be still and know I am your God." It is that assurance that God is giving to us to rest in His presence. All who are heavily laden, come to me. I will give you rest. Can you believe in that promise? Can you become comfortable in the presence of the Lord? Can you allow God to do His things in His own time? That is Wu Wei, my dear friends. And it requires perhaps a paradigm shift within ourselves, a state in which it is the total surrender. I trust in God. I abandon myself to His presence. Why? Because I believe in His presence. And all of us are called to reach that state of being. And it is in that state of being this gospel makes sense. Ask whatever you want, and I will grant it to you. It is like, my dear friends, yes, we have our needs. Can we learn to place those needs at the feet of the Lord and forget it? Believing, yes, I've done my part. God will take care of me. God will not abandon me. God will never abandon me. And that is trust. That is surrender. That is Wu Wei. Actionless action, effortless effort, being comfortable with the idea of God taking care of us and relaxing within ourselves, not getting agitated, not getting impatient because we are thinking, I need this favor, I need this prayer to be granted now, instead of saying, I allow God to work in His own time. May we learn this dimension of our relationship with God, learn this concept of Wu Wei, allowing God to do things with us and us feeling comfortable in His presence, not fighting, not agitated, not kind of being anxious because God knows everything. And that comfort level, once we reach that comfort level in our relationship with God, a lot of things will happen to you.